Hey guys, I'm going to do a video on drugstore versus high-end or department store makeup. Everything's just going to be my opinion on what the best brands are and whether a certain product, in my opinion, should be drugstore or high-end. So I'm going to start with foundation. I've used a lot of drugstore, and the only department store foundation I've used is MAC for liquid foundation, and I definitely will say department store. Um, the MAC foundation, it feels 10 times better than any drugstore brand of liquid foundation I've ever used. I don't feel on my face. It's buildable coverage. Um, it feels like silk on my face. It's easy to blend. I feel like I don't get as many breakouts, and I'm really prone to acne. And it goes on anything that goes all over your face. I feel like should be high end because you're putting it all over your face. Next I meant to do concealer first, so next I'll do concealer. I feel like high end. Because I put concealer on like little red spots. I don't really have dark under eyes, so I don't really put it there. I put it on red spots like my chin or around my nose right here, and on like, between my eyebrows to cover up redness. And I mostly put concealer on pimples when I have a breakout. And something that you're putting directly on a pimple, I feel like should be a higher end brand. So, and I use MAC Studio Sculpt. And the MAC foundation I use is Studio Sculpt as well. For powder, because I use a translucent powder to set my liquid foundation, I say high end. I use Bare Minerals and Mineral Veil. I've used Drugstore, but this one feels, oh my gosh, it feels so amazing. I've repurchased this like 4 times, and I love it. Um, Again, you're putting it all over your entire face, so I feel like it should be higher end. Next, I will do eyeshadow. I feel like drugstore eyeshadow does fine. I just recently started using MAC eyeshadows, and they are really amazing quality. Um, so I want to say high end because they do blend a lot better, and you don't lose any color when you're blending it. Like it doesn't just disappear like some eyeshadows that I've tried. But I do have a Coastal Scents palette, which is a lot cheaper than a MAC eyeshadow, and it does work just fine. It's just not as silky. So even though I want to say high end because the MAC ones are so amazing, I will say drugstore for eyeshadow works just fine. It's just that, of course, department stores can be better, but drugstore eyeshadow is perfectly fine. Next is mascara. I've never ever had a high-end mascara. I don't see the point. There is one by Lancome that I would like to try. I just don't know if I could spend $30 on a mascara because every mascara I've ever tried. Oh, that's a lie. I have tried a Bare Minerals one, and I have tried a Mary Kay one, but they work just the same as my favorite brand of mascara that I always find like something that I like in is Maybelline. They have such a different range in their mascaras. You're gonna find something and not spend any more than $10 on it. Like what I have right now is a Revlon one. I haven't tried this yet, but it's just basic, I've tried this kind of brush a billion times on other brands, and it works completely fine. Some work better than others, but for mascara, definitely drugstore. You don't need to spend $30 on the mascara, honestly. And if you feel like your drugstore mascara isn't doing enough for you, throw some falsies on. Honestly, that's not something you need to break your bank for, in my opinion. Eyeliner. I only use gel liner. Liquid gets all over the place for me. I don't have a steady hand, and pencil just doesn't look good on me. So I use gel liner, and I use the L'Oreal Hip, and I love how creamy it is. It's super black. It goes on really nicely with my angle brush. I've heard MAC Black Track is really good, but My L'Oreal one is just fine. Like, I don't feel like I would need to spend that much money on a gel eyeliner. I will say the gel liner by Coastal Scents, don't buy. It's dry, and when you like open a brand new one, it feels like year-old gel eyeliner. So don't buy that. Next I would do, trying to think, blush. I Huh. I can't really decide because the only blushes I have a billion MAC blushes, and then I have two Benefit blushes. And the only drugstore blush that I've ever had was a Wet n Wild one. I've never had to like repurchase blush or purchase any in a long time because I went on like a MAC blush like frenzy where I bought like a billion different kinds of blushes. But I think drugstore blush would be fine. Um, I, blush isn't really something that is major, like foundation or eyeshadow or mascara. So I would say drugstore is probably fine, but I have MAC and Benefit blushes. Lipstick. I thought for a really long time that MAC lipsticks were not worth it. Drugstore was completely fine, blah blah blah. Then I bought a MAC lipstick. Best thing I've ever done in my life. Definitely high end or MAC at least. They're moisturizing, they're creamy, they're pigmented. I feel like you don't have to reapply it as much. And I've noticed a lot of drugstore, especially CoverGirl lipsticks, are really greasy. I don't know if it's just me or what, but I feel like they're like gritty and greasy, and it's really gross. And they wear off really quickly. Of course, you can find like a really good drugstore. Like my favorite lipstick of all time is a drugstore one. It's a Revlon one, and I'm wearing it right now. Pink Pout by Revlon. That's my favorite lipstick ever, and it's not MAC. But in general, I love the feeling, like the cream sheen MAC lipsticks feel like you're putting butter on your lips. Like they just feel so nice. So I think that's basically everything that I put on my face. And yeah, it's all just my opinion. Yours might be different, but thought I'd try to help some of you out who might be having trouble. Is this worth the money? Is this not? So yeah, hope I helped. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!